See, there are thousands of businesses that will happily pay for the skills that you already have, but the problem is you can't find them. And that is why in this video, I'm going to show you a simple system that you can follow to find and reach out to those kind of clients without ever relying on a freelancing platform like Upwork and Fiverr, or spending money on buying Connect before you apply for a job. This method is called direct outreach or cold outreach, and instead of waiting for jobs to be posted, you actively go out and look for people who are going to benefit from your services, from your skills, and you pitch them directly. The advantage of this method is you are not competing with hundreds of freelancers. When a job gets posted, hundreds of freelancers apply to the job, so you will be competing with hundreds of freelancers. But with this method, you are not really competing with that many freelancers, and you are not going to get limited by a freelancing platform. And another good thing is you control how many opportunities you create if you do cold outreach right. And without any delay, we are going to get started with the first step in this method, which is choose a visual skill. I know you are a virtual assistant. Most people watching this video, I know a virtual assistant. You want to offer administrative services like data entry, calendar management. But in the beginning, if you really want to succeed, you have to wait on the administrative services and choose a visual skill to start with. When you choose a visual skill, it is going to help you find your first few client. When you find this few client, they give you your first few full 5-star reviews. It is going to be a lot easier for you to find the client who are going to hire you as an administrative assistant. A visual skill is any skill that you can use your creativity to create a visually attractive sample. If you take an administrative skill like data entry, email management, or calendar management, there isn't really much you can do with your creative mind to create a unique sample. If you create a Google Sheet sample, it is going to look the same with all the other people who create a Google Sheet sample. If you create an email management sample, it's going to look the same. And that is why you have to choose a visual skill. Something like ebook creation, something like social media graphic design, YouTube thumbnails, vertical video editing, promotional banner. There are a lot of things that you can create a visual sample. When I got started, I didn't start as a virtual assistant. If I started as a virtual assistant, it is going to be twice as difficult for me to find a client. I started as a website designer. When I couldn't find a client, I transitioned to landing page design. I was able to find a client as a landing page designer, build my portfolio as a landing page designer, and then started transition to virtual assistants. And that is what you need to do. Because if you do cold outreach and you are only offering administrative services, it is going to be very hard for you to convince the people you reach out to that they need you. And the goal of cold outreach is when you reach out to someone, when they finish reading your email or your message, they feel that they need to hire you because they clearly see the value that you can deliver to them. And that is why the first step is to choose a visual skill. Spend some time. If you have some experience creating graphics, great. Pick something. If you don't have an experience creating any graphics, then do a research. There are so many services, so many skills. You can just choose one, learn, and build your portfolio on that thing. Okay, the next step after this is to create an offer with professional visual samples. You create an offer that someone can take a look at and see clearly what they are going to get if they pay you X amount. It's not going to be random. It's not going to be generic. As an example, let's say you choose to create YouTube thumbnails for people who have YouTube channels. You can say you can create 3 YouTube thumbnails for maybe $30 or maybe for $20. You create a very clear and transparent offer so that when someone take a look at it, they can see clearly if they pay you X amount, they are going to get this specific thing. And you make sure whatever offer you create, you have enough samples that when someone take a look at the samples, they are going to feel that they are missing out if they didn't hire you, because that is the goal. If you reach out to someone and they just read your message, there isn't anything to give them that kind of feeling of missing out if they didn't hire you, your email or message is going to end up with the dozens of other people who do cold outreach. Because I receive cold outreach emails weekly, multiple every week, and most of the ones I receive are just generic emails that I don't ever really respond. A lot of them even end up in my spam folder, and you want to avoid this. Let me give you an example of an offer I will create if I am doing cold outreach today. I can create an offer of 30 social media graphics with their captions for $200. If I choose, let's say, real estate investors as my target client, then I am going to create, let's say, 50 social media graphics for real estate investors, which are going to be my sample. Whenever I reach out to any real estate investor to pitch my services to them, I'm going to give them these exact details. I can create 30 graphics for you, so you can post one graphic every day for a month for $200. And these are the samples of social media graphics I create. This is clear and transparent. It makes it easier for the person you reach out to clearly see the value. And if they see the samples and they like the samples, they are going to feel that they are missing out if they didn't pay you to get that thing done. Because if they pay you, for the whole month, they have posts to schedule in their social platforms. Okay, the next step after this is creating a professional portfolio. Don't take the word professional lightly, because if you can't look professional, you shouldn't expect a professional business to trust you to do anything for them. So it doesn't matter how long you are going to spend, how many tutorials you are going to watch. Make sure you create a professional portfolio that is tied to your target client. If most of your target client are real estate investors, then your portfolio should clearly speak to real estate investors. And even though you want to become a virtual assistant, you shouldn't build your portfolio as a virtual assistant. You shall build your portfolio tied to that one visual skill that you choose, because the goal is to convince the people you reach out to that you are the right person to do that thing for them. So your portfolio should clearly speak that. If you don't really have much experience in graphic design, before you will be able to succeed with this method, you are going to have to spend some time learning, practicing, and being better. Your portfolio has to be great and look professional, and your sample is non-negotiable. Your samples has to look professional. And the next thing after you have your portfolio right is create a professional email and social profiles. Don't use your, maybe if you create an email since when you are in secondary school, like sadiq103@gmail.com, that doesn't look professional at all. You don't have to have a professional website email. You can have Sadiq virtual assistant or Sadiq graphics or Sadiq creation, something that is clean and clearly speak professional. Because if you create something that looks random, your emails might end up in spam, and that is one of the things that is going to contribute to pointing you out as either a professional or someone just dabbling at things, trying to figure things out. And when it comes to social profiles, if you already have social profiles that you used to post for 10 years ago, don't really use it, because you are going to have too many personal content that is not relevant to your work, and that can contribute to making you unprofessional. So instead, create new profiles. I always advise to just create new profiles. When you create new profiles, post your pictures, post your personal stuff, but not too personal that is going to make you unprofessional. But if you didn't post some personal stuff, then your social profiles are going to look robotic. So that is why you have to post some personal stuff and then some professional things. And just the goal is to make sure that anytime that someone lands in any page that you have, they are going to perceive you as someone professional. And the next step is very, very important, and that is create a client research system. A client research system is going to determine whether you succeed or not, because if you don't have a reliable system of finding client, reaching out to them and repeating it tomorrow, then nothing is going to work. Let me give you an example. Previously, I worked for a client that want to have consistent guests on their YouTube channel. So I needed to come up with a way to have consistent reach out to potential guests on the client YouTube channel. And what I did is I go to listingnotes.com. It's a website where people who have podcasts post their podcast. It's like a podcast directory. So every day I go to the podcast directory, I search for keywords relevant to my client podcast, and I find people who are in their niche, check their email address, send them an email and introduce the guest, try to book them on the client podcast. So every day I just do that. It's a repeatable system. I just go to listing note, search, find them, add them on a spreadsheet, reach out to them. Tomorrow, anyone that respond, I mark them as responded. The ones that didn't respond, I send them a follow-up. I go back to listing note, find new ones. So it's a repeatable system. And that is what you need. You need a system that you are going to use every day to find potential client and reach out to them. Let me give you an example. This is going to depend entirely on the type of client you target. If you target people who have YouTube channels, let's say you want to create either vertical videos or YouTube thumbnails, then that is going to be easy. Let's say you want to create YouTube thumbnails for real estate channels. Then every day you can go to YouTube, search for maybe real estate investing, mortgage, words that are related to real estate, and you are going to find YouTube channels. You just check, do they have too many subscribers? Are they too big or are they too small? If they are at the right size, then you just go to their about section, get their email address, add it on a spreadsheet. You do it again until you have like 10 or 20 per day. Then you send them an email. You wait. If you get a response, tomorrow you respond to the ones that respond. The one that didn't respond, you send them a follow-up email. And you do the same thing again. You go to YouTube, search for real estate keywords, find YouTube channels that are not too big and not too small, add them to your spreadsheet, reach out to them tomorrow. The ones that respond, you follow up with them. The ones that didn't, you also follow up with them and you find new ones. This is a repeatable system. If you are looking for people maybe who have a HR consultation business, then this is going to be a little bit different. You can search in several different places. You can search, yes, on YouTube. You can search for on Google. You can find different keywords that are going to help you find websites of people who have HR consultation business. So every day you search on Google, find those people, add them to a spreadsheet, reach out to them. Tomorrow you follow up to the ones that didn't respond, you respond to the ones who responded, and you do it again. You have to create a repeatable client research system. Otherwise, it is not going to work. And the next step is to create a target of at least 10 potential clients every day. Every day you are going to find 10 potential clients and reach out to them. Make this a goal and stick to it. If you reach out to more than 10, great, but it cannot be less than 10, because if you want to achieve results with cold outreach, you are going to have to do it a lot. And that is why at least 10 every day is a good place to start. And if you have a repeatable client research system, then it is going to be easy for you to find 10 new potential clients every day and reach out to them until you find your first client. When you find your first client, then you can review what you did right. Then you can optimize your process. And of course, you are going to have to spend some time learning how to write an effective proposal, learning how to write an effective pitch. If you find people and you send them an email or social media message, but you just copy it from ChatGPT, it is not going to work. You have to remember, a lot of people are doing this all the time. So there is a very good chance if you reach out to someone, they receive other cold emails or cold DMs. So you have to do it right. If you just copy from ChatGPT, it will not work. If you write one template and you just copy and paste, it is not going to work. When you find someone, make sure you understand what they do. If you understand what they do, then if possible, if you have a sample that is very close to what they do, then you can include it in your proposal to them, in your email pitch or social DM. If you don't have a sample that is very close to what you can do for them, then before you reach out to them, sit down and create a sample first. Create a sample that is specifically for them. It will even be a very good idea to have a template in your samples. Let's say you are creating ebooks. Maybe you are going to create a lead magnet ebook. So if you have a template that when you find someone, before you reach out to them, you find some content they posted, either a video or a blog post, you transcribe it. You take the content and you paste it in your template, your ebook template, so that you create an ebook template specifically for them as a sample. That is going to be better. It is going to take more time, but remember, Most people are not doing that. If you can do that, they are going to clearly see the value in hiring you, and they are going to want to hire you. They are going to have a feeling of missing out if they didn't hire you. So that is why spend some time, understand what they do, write an email or social media message that is directly to them, and include samples in your first message. Because one of the main mistakes people make in cold outreach is they send an email or a message and introduce themselves and ask, I can send you samples if you want to see some samples. You don't want to do that. In your first message, you want to give them a reason to respond to you. And the reason that you can give them to respond to you is you include some samples that is going to be very relevant and interesting enough to them. One important thing I want you to keep in mind is when you start this process, it is going to be very difficult and you are going to start making mistakes. You might even start getting some responses that are not good, that are bad. You should expect to get some bad responses. Maybe people are going to even call you some names. Don't even take it to heart. That is just how it works. When you start doing these cold emails and cold DMs, you are going to get a lot of rejections. You are going to have to get used to it. When you get a rejection, just don't take it personal. Figure out why you get that rejection. If it's just the type of people that you reach out to are just nasty, then maybe change the type of people you reach out to. That is going to help you do it better. And the more you do it, the better you are going to become. Even writing the email or writing the message, doing your pitch, you are going to get better at it every day. And so that is why it's very important to set a target of at least 10 every day. The more you do 10 every day, the better you are going to become at it, and you are going to get hired. I hire many people through cold emails. Over the years, I hire video editors and graphic designers through cold emails. And that is because they did it right. And your goal is to do it right. If you do it right, you are going to separate yourself from people who do it wrong. I even worked for a client some time ago. I managed the client Facebook account, personal Facebook account. And I received one cold DM that I really liked because it made a lot of sense. The person just record a video of themselves, a selfie video, and introduce themselves and just ask my client some questions about something they did in their Facebook page. Because the person that sent the cold DM, they are a personal fitness coach for real estate investors and real estate agent. So you see, it's very close. So the reaching out that he did to my client is a real estate agent. And he is struggling with fitness. He started going to gym multiple times and gave up. So he reached out to the exact right person that he should reach out to. And he did the right thing. Instead of writing a generic email or generic message, he recorded a selfie video, introduced himself as a real person. Don't chase the fastest route, because based on my personal experience, really is the fastest route, the fastest method to do things rarely deliver good result, because everyone just chases that fast route. Instead of chasing the fast route, chase the most effective route. So do things the right way, even if it takes a long time. And if you want to learn more about creating the right portfolio, you can check out this next video. If you find this video helpful, please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe. I will see you in the next one.